I'm Janika Ruska, and this is my study journey. So I'm studying neuroscience at the University of Helsinki, and today's topic is sleep. As you can see, I have a red lightning today, and I will explain more why do I have it on the evening, and I will also, end of the video, give some tips how to maybe get better sleep, optimize your sleep. Before going to those things, I will explain some basic things about sleep, what I learned. I learned way more, but I will not go through everything because the course was huge. I just took it and did the exam. I hope I passed it. I think I passed it. Anyway, I will explain a few basic things about it, about sleep. So, the reason why we sleep, there are many, and they are still doing research about those things, how it affects to our body, our brain. But like currently known, it's important for memory and learning and energy metabolism and immune system. So really many things. Also mood. So many things are affected by sleep. So like about mood, if we sleep too less a long time, if we have a once in a while too less sleep, that's not super bad, but if it's continuing, it can cause also depression. Also, it goes other way around, so people who are having depression can have a bit, worse sleep. Yes, so it's affecting many things, and many things are affecting to the sleep. So, how the sleep is regulated. Quite many of you, I bet, knows that circadian rhythm is one of the main regulators of sleep also. So it's for humans it takes around 24 hours, and the main clock for that is called suprachiasmatic nucleus. But sleep is also regulated by sleep homeostasis, and that is when we are staying awake a long time, so our body takes care that it will also have enough sleep. So if we are prolonged time awake, then the sleep will be longer, so that the balance will stay there, enough sleep. And yeah, so that's one thing. But also we can affect to our these rhythms which are kind of in us, to our own habits, kind of if there are some motivational things, not too long, but sometimes, like if I would like to stay awake longer and have a social life, not maybe at the moment when I'm studying and the work situation is like that, but yeah, these kind of things, I can prolong my waking time. But of course, at some point, I will just feel like I can't do this anymore. But these maybe these two things are the most important. So circadian rhythm and the sleep homeostasis. So those two things are the main regulators of the sleep. Before going to more kind of molecular level of sleep and awake, let's discuss about sleep stages. So actually, the sleep cycle takes about 90 minutes, and we will have many of these during the night. And in every these cycles, we have a different sleep stages. So we have a non-REM sleep, which is divided into three different states. Non-REM, like non-REM 1, non-REM 2, and non-REM 3, which is the slow wave sleep. And then we have also REM sleep, so the rapid eye movement sleep stage. And beginning of the night, we are first going to these non-REM states sleep, and like more close to morning, we are having more and more REM sleep. So that's why some of the people, because REM sleep is the sleep states where you see more dreams. You can also see dreams during the non-REM sleep, but you will see most of the dreams in REM sleep. And because you have these states sleep more closer to morning, and if you wake up, you might remember the dreams better. So when you are in non-REM sleep, your heart rate and blood pressure are more down, your body temperature is also low, And when you are in REM sleep, you have a irregular heart rate and also the blood pressure, and your cortical activity is also higher than in non-REM sleep. Then if you have heard of the different waves, like delta waves and these kind of things, you can measure these by using EEG. And then if we go from the slow wave sleep to more wake state, then the waves are called, so from the slow wave, it's a delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma. So these are the brain waves there. I will not go more deep into those, but if you have heard of those, that the delta waves are the most kind of the deepest sleep ever, and then when you are more awake, those are gamma. To go more for molecular level of sleep and awake, maybe the best known molecule is melatonin. And how it works is that we have in our eyes these retinal ganglion cells, which produce melanopsin, and those cells are the most sensitive for blue light. And when the melanopsin is secret, then it kind of sends the inhibitory message to not to produce melatonin. So melatonin is produced from pineal gland when it's gonna be darker, and that is kind of the sleep molecule there, kind of working, induces the sleep. So the other really well-known molecule is called adenosine, and it works so, like, in really basic way. It's not so simple, but like, to summarize it, that noradrenaline levels goes down and then adenosine levels goes up, and that is kind of sleep-inducing factor there. So these two molecules are the main sleep-inducing factors, like in molecular level. So adenosine and melatonin. But then we have other things too happening there, like GABA is one thing, and also many brain areas and neurotransmitters are controlling our sleep or wake kind of stages, or where we are. I find it kind of interesting that, for example, acetylcholine, which is kind of a wake molecule, it's also secreted when we are having a REM sleep, so when we have a higher cortical activity. And also, they have been a lot of research, for example, with the serotonin levels. Like, it used to be so that people thought it's kind of sleep-inducing factor, but actually it's more awake stage when it is secreted from raffanucleus. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. Anyway, these are maybe the basic things you need to know about sleep, or if you want to know anything about sleep. But next we will go to the how to optimize your sleep. So how to optimize your sleep. All of these tips are not kind of based to some research. Some of these are just self-experiments, and I have heard of them from somewhere and noticed that those are actually working. Some of these are from the research too, and I love the Andrew Huberman podcast. He's talking a lot about sleep there, so some of these are from there, and I have found it super interesting. But to go for the topic, one thing what I have noticed that these kind of routines helps you a lot. Kind of, you teach to your whole body that you are going to sleep. So doing the different routines on the evening, that might help to get better sleep. Then one thing is that if you are thinking a lot of different things, like having there on your head and trying to solve some problems, you might, or it might help that you write those down and just like, okay, I will think this later, or just like, asking from yourself that hopefully these will be solved while I'm sleeping. So trying to kind of put them as a phase that you don't need to solve those now, but they will be solved after a while, or you can continue with those later. These are really basic things. And then really important thing is that you will not get blue light too late in the evening. Some people are using these classes, these blue light blocker classes, hopefully it was the correct name. And some people, you can also turn the light to night shift on your phone, but the best thing to do is just don't watch your phone or TV or computer really late in the evening. And the reason is that from these screens you get the blue light, which is affecting these retinal ganglion cells, which tells to your do not to secrete the melatonin, so you feel more awake when you see the light, because those are rising the melanopsin levels up, which is suppressing the melatonin levels down. So this is the information related to this. And then this is really interesting thing what I actually learned from Andrew Huberman podcast is that, well, I'm now having a red lights, but there are some mistakes, and also I'm having the other light in front of me, even it's evening, just that you can see me better. But anyway, maybe I should put those red lights even a little bit more down, so it's really kind of I don't find the word for that, but it's not so bright light during the evening. But the thing what I learned is that you shouldn't have it also from top of your head, like from this direction, because it's the same direction where the light comes when it's sun, like outside. So it's telling to your eyes that the light is coming from here, so it's a daytime. So you should give it get the light from this level, like prefer during the evening. And it's also helping if you think about your whole day or the routines on your day. It's also important that you get the blue light on the morning when you wake up, to tell to your body it's time to wake up. And like you can go to outdoors, maybe on the morning, maybe again in the afternoon, so your body knows all the time what time is it, because you see the sun there. Some people also find it useful that they eat kind of during the day more fats and proteins, and when it's evening time, then they eat more carbs, so they feel more tired. Every people should just try different things and learn from themselves, which helps them. But one thing which is a bit confusing, I'm not sure which I should believe, but some people say that they sleep better if they take a cold shower before going to sleep. But I have also heard of this next thing, what I will say to you, which I find more useful, to actually take the warm shower or bath before going to sleep. And the reason why I believe this more is that because the first sleep stage where you go, it's a non-REM sleep, and during that sleep stage, as I mentioned before, your body temperature is going down. So it's actually kind of going down and then you fall asleep and so on. So this is telling to your body when the body temperature is going down that you are going to sleep. So when you take a hot shower, your body actually starts to cool it down. So that is the reason why I believe that hot shower is better before going to sleep. Maybe this is the most important thing what I will mention. People are nowadays measuring sleep. I'm also doing that with my Oura ring, and it's telling how good quality sleep I'm having. It's not the exact data, but it's telling me some direction. It's also describing what sleep stages I'm having and how much I slept and so on. But then I like to measure things, but I don't take stress about those. And I think this is the most important thing, that don't stress too much about your sleep, because stress hormone, call it cortisol, you will have the peak on the morning, so you will be more awake. So if you are stressing, you are having like too much, then you are having more cortisol and it's harder to sleep. So that doesn't help you with your sleeping. Of course, if you are actually having the sleeping problems, then just consult your doctor and ask help, and they will tell you what to do. But it's not working if you are stressing all the time, that you are not having good quality sleep and enough sleep. Of course, you can always think, like what I'm doing with this is that I check that data, and then I might think, okay, what I did yesterday differently, why I had a worse night's sleep, or why did I have better sleep, and I can affect those things, but not like too much stressing about it. Alright, this was all today. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and see you on next time. Bye!